This is where it starts to get fun.
We're going full glam. I'm not encouraging anybody to be going out for New Year's Eve.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a New Year's Eve tutorial. So we're gonna start with eyes today. Now I did my face makeup first to save time. I am gonna be going dark, but I'm just gonna be really, careful with tapping off my excess and all of that. If you have trouble with fallout, then you could just do your eyes first. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes, and I am going to use the Lovelies eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna use a brush. I just want a really, really good base today. Okay, so we are set and ready to roll. I'm going to be going off of two palettes. These are some of my favorite palettes. I'm going to be going into my Tati Beauty palette first, and I am going to start with a transition shade. So I am going to take a larger, fluffier brush, the tapered blending brush by Sigma, which is the E95. First, I am going to dust Aura all over the eye just to kind of set that primer and set a good base, because I want everything to blend out seamlessly. And that is the matte Aura. If you have never used the Tati Beauty palette, so each row has a texture and then there's a name for each column. So this is the matte version of Aura. That's why, if you didn't understand what I was saying, it's basically like a cream shade. And because I'm so fair, I do use it a lot to just set the eye primer. So now that it's set, I'm going to take the same brush into Matte Soothe, and that's going to be my transition shade. It's just a nice soft brown. I'm going to pop it right in the crease and use circular motions. I'm now just going to take the brush with a little of the excess product and go along and kind of buff those edges. So I'm circular motions once again, just buffing those edges to get that perfect soft blend. So now what I'm going to do is carve out the crease with this black. We're going right for it. We're going to take a very precise brush because I don't want this black to kind of go everywhere. I want it to be very precise to just carve out the crease even further. So I'm going to take my MAC 224S. It's a kind of, it is fluffy, but it's tapered, and the point is actually very precise. So if you're light-handed with it, it can be a very precise brush. I'm going to go into the matte Memory, which is that very, 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 very rich black. So be careful if you have this palette. And again, using circular motions just to build that up. I am now going to take the JH51 into the same black shade, and I'm going to press it onto the outer half of the lid, and then I'm just going to kind of darken where I had already placed that black. And now using this brush, because it's a much more flat, I am going to start to pull it in a little bit, whereas the other brush, because it does have some kind of fluffiness to it, it would have made it a little bit less precise. So that's why I'm going in with a thinner brush. And we're going to take that MAC brush and really, really, really lightly buff those edges. Like, we're not going above where you like previously applied it. We're just buffing the edge that's already there. So it's going to kind of blend it outwards without bringing it up much higher. And just being careful on the inner corner, as we don't want to darken that too much. Now I'm going to go into my Pat McGrath palette, and I'm going to take this one
here, which is called Major Mahogany. This is very pigmented as well, but it has a bit more warmth, and that's why I'm going to use it to do exactly what we just did with the MAC brush. We are not going to go any higher. We're going over the edge to help transition and blend. It's just gonna soften that and help connect it to the lighter brown that we're then going to reapply. The first brush that we started with the Matte Soothe, which was that light brown, and we're just gonna go over that edge and help blend that out further. If there's any parts where you feel like there's too much of a contrast from the black to the light brown, just go over with the brush that you used for the kind of medium brown, the one that I used from the Pat McGrath palette, and you can use that to kind of link the two. Don't even have to add any product. First, I'm gonna start with the Pat McGrath palette, and I'm gonna use this shade right here. I know we already have enough dark, but this one has a beautiful purple sparkle to it. So I'm going to take that shade from the Pat McGrath palette, which is Smoked Amethyst. I'm gonna take it with that Jaclyn Hill, the JH51 brush that I used for the black on the lid, and I'm gonna press that over top of the black on the lid. So we're just gonna add some fun. This is where it starts to get fun. So what I like about doing this is we already have black, so we're not really adding much. It's just going to add that glitter to the outer part of the lid. And then I'm just gonna take the brush, make sure there's no noticeable overlap. You want it to all kind of blend in together. Let's do some purple. This shade right here, which is Violet Void. And I'm gonna press that all over and bring it on the inner half of the lid. So I'm gonna place it as far as my finger will go, and then I'm gonna take a brush and get right in the inner corner. Not like, I don't want to bring it into here, but just like down into the kind of near the tear duct area. A kind of short shader, like a small little brush that you can fit in there, but that's flat, that you can like press on shades. And I am going to wet it so that it really like packs a punch. So I want that color to really pop. So now we're gonna brighten this up because obviously this is super, super dark. So now what we're gonna do is go into the Tati Beauty palette and take the Aura Glitter. That is this one right here. It's multicolored and it's gonna pull all these colors together. And I'm gonna place that in the center of the eye. You're going to then just lightly press the edges on both sides, and this will kind of blend it out so that there's no like harsh start and stop. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is the lower lash line. I'm now going to take the black from the Tati Beauty palette and just press it and kind of smudge it along the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take this shade here that we placed on the lid, nice bright purple, pull that down into here, and then kind of smudge it into the black. So now what I'm going to do is take the brown Mahogany from Pat McGrath, just a little bit, and start to smoke that out. I want it to match the top. And then last but not least, we're going to take the Matte Soothe from the Tati Beauty palette on that fluffy brush that we started it out with, and once again match the top and smoke it out on the bottom, really blend it out. So now what I'm going to do is bring some life to the lower lash line. We're actually going to match the top by also adding this glitter aura to the lower lash line. Now it is difficult to add with your finger, so I'm going to take a brush and kind of pat it to match. We're now going to brighten the inner corner, and the brow bone. So we're actually going to take this shade right here from Pat McGrath, and it is Lunar Champagne. It is a stunning champagne kind of gold shade, and it will fit perfectly on the brow bone and in the inner corner. So I'm gonna put it on a brush, wet it. Not that you even really need to. And place it in the inner corner, and this is going to help kind of bring the whole look together. And I like to bring it down to the lower lash line a little bit and kind of blend it up a little bit as well. And I'm actually going to take the same shade along the brow bone. We were going full glam. You know, I would not normally wear something like this on a day-to-day, so this is definitely like full glam, but why not, right? I'm going to take my Sigma E95 that I used to blend everything out, and I am going to go over that edge one last time just to make sure everything's blended out, but also to kind of blend the mattes with that brow bone shade so there's no harsh lines. I'm now going to go ahead and pop on some mascara, false lashes, and we will come back and finish up the face. Okay, so that is the finished eye look, and I mean, it's dark, it's smoky, it's dark, it is glittery, but it is fun and it is festive, and we're going with it. So now what we're gonna do is pop on some Cotton Candy Champagne Blush. I love this palette. It is by Beauty Bakery, and it is actually blush lighters. So they have a bit of a highlight almost to them. They're the most flattering I've ever seen in my life. The actual sheen to it is so subtle. It just almost gives it like a healthy kind of glow type sheen, like similar to the Hourglass finishing powders, that kind of glow. Like there's a glow, don't get me wrong. You could get away, if you like a natural highlight, you totally could get away with just wearing these as a blush and a highlight. But I just like them because they are a bit more glowy, they are a bit more fun, and because we're doing New Year's, we're going all out and we're going obviously super glowy. I did actually use all four. Sometimes I just like swirl my brush in them or like dab in all four. I just like colors and they mesh well together. But they also are all beautiful on their own too. So I love this palette actually. Now I'm going to be using my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Glow highlight. So we're going to really highlight the cheekbones. This is a very bright and beaming highlight. I absolutely love it. I just want to look glowy today. Now we need to do lips. Now because we went so bold with eyes, I am going to be going more natural and nude on the lips. I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics Bare Lip Liner. And I am going to fill in the lips. And last but not least, we're going to apply the Makeup Forever Rouge Artist lipstick in Inspiring Petals. And I'm going to take the highlight and I'm going to highlight the Cupid's bow and the lower lip to accentuate and make the lip look fuller. Okay, so this is the finished look. Really happy with how the look turned out. I honestly had no plan whatsoever of what I was gonna do actually. I just knew I wanted it to be really, really like glam and dark and glittery, and I'm really, really, really happy with how this look turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed, got some inspiration and some tips and tricks, maybe some ideas on what to do if you're looking for a New Year's Eve inspired look. This being said, I just wanted to kind of put out there, I'm not encouraging anybody to be going out or doing anything for New Year's Eve. This is just for fun. This is just for, you know, if you're celebrating within your household and you still want to look glam, you still want to celebrate, have a good New Year's Eve, but I just wanted to put out there, I'm not encouraging anybody to be going out right now. Obviously due to COVID, it's best that we stay at home, limit our contact with anybody outside of our bubble and outside of our household. So I just wanted to put that out there because I don't want anybody to think that I'm encouraging you to go to like a New Year's Eve party or like to the club or something. Like that's not in any way, shape, or form what I was doing with this video. It was just purely fun, and yeah, go out this year with a bang and just look beautiful even though you're not seeing anybody. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and have a wonderful day, guys. See you guys next time. Bye.